talking about? You're just going to say what you've been dealing with?
Yeah.
You're like, hey guys, I'm back.
It's a good idea.
Oh, go ahead.
It's on now. Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome to the Whitey White Guy Show. I'm Whitey. Off screen here, you hear King. Sidecracker. If you're not familiar, the show actually, like a great many people in the YouTube verse, show actually got terminated or suspended for a while, and now it's suspendified. And so I had 3 copyright strikes against me, and like I was saying in the video right before we got terminated, we've done 246, easily like 150 of them are movie reviews or whatever. It's like we go through this rigmarole every time. You have copyright material, I appeal it, blah blah, through go 3-4 step process.
I've had the same problem on my channel.
And then it finally concludes, and it's all fine. So we had old videos and new videos get copyrighted all at once, and the little thing said, you know, they will get back to you about your appeal within 10 business days, and it felt like 10 years later. So the Star Wars review that I did got gigged, and then that's now up and running, and so the copyright is gone, and now it's just 2 strikes, and now we're back, and it's just like, do we keep on doing this?
Dude, what's weird is
we're only here because of Gollum and Joker and Roger and Jay.
Me. And
us.
Yeah, my wife watches.
and anybody else, thank you for watching our show. But it's like, if it wasn't for our fans, like, fucking, I don't know, we would just watch movies or something. So yeah, complete pain in the ass with YouTube.
But what's really weird is it's all our older videos that were getting the flags. Like Die Hard was the one that got flagged. Your Star Wars ones, which was that's at least 4 or 5 months old, because that was when you were in Wisconsin.
So long ago.
But it's all those ones that are now getting flagged.
Well, and I mentioned this in the last video right before they shut it down.
That was such a good rant. That was perfect.
But it was like I did all the Star Warses, the originals, the prequels, except for the new one, of course, because I'm not going to watch it.
Right.
And then I had to break them up because of the 15-minute thing when you get too many copyright strikes from that. So there was like a dozen of them, and all of them went through the process except for one that never got flagged. And then it finally did at the same time that 2 newer videos got flagged. And it was Lord of War, which we did easily a year or so ago.
Yeah, that was one of our
more than a year ago. And way back towards the beginning, like maybe 6 months in, so a good year and a half ago. And that got flagged. It's just like a year and a half later, you never say.
That's what I would understand, like immediate flagging.
And then,
but
the 2 of them were more recent stuff.
But that's understandable. Fine. But the fact is that Lord of War, which is over a year old, is just now getting flagged. Like I mentioned, we'll give out a shout out to Roger. Hi Roger, thanks for watching. One of the 3 people. Yeah. He has his own channel, and what he did last year. This is October.
Oh, really quick, he blew past me in subscriptions, and he's only been on for 10 minutes, and I've been on since the 80s.
I'm only at 83.
I'm only at 67.
Anyways, let's get off that sore subject.
I'm doing the sad Ben Affleck moment. Batman sucked.
Anyway,
did you see the Kevin Smith reaction to that? He cried.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is a
because of the sad flack.
I don't like Kevin Smith.
What? I got no umbrage with the guy. But go on.
Let's get back to Roger. One of our supporters. Last year he did a 31 days of horror. Yeah. Every day of October he'd watch a film, upload it, blah blah blah.
I want to do a 31 days of titties. Do 80s titties movies. It'd be fun.
Last year, Roger,
I would get shut down in like 5 minutes.
And what it was is he like you, he would throw clips in, but he's sitting on his couch, and he's talking to the camera, and then he pans around, shows like not even a minute, maybe a minute and a half of what he's watching, and pans back to him.
Gigged. Oh,
and what happened was he's got a copyright strike now for something, so he's got to like chop up his videos because he can't have more than 15 minutes.
I love it. I love it so much.
But what happened with Roger is one of his films was called Wizard of Gore, and it was a horror movie from the 60s.
Oh, should we tell any new people? It's Channel Donstar.
Yeah, it's Channel Donstar. Channel.
Check it out.
Donstar, spelled just like it sounds.
Donstar.
Give him a look.
Absolutely.
And what it was is he watched Wizard of Gore, gave his thoughts on it, blah blah blah, and he was fine for a year. Maybe a couple weeks ago, Herschel Gordon Lewis, he's the director of Wizard of Gore, passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Within, I think Roger said within 48 hours, copyright strike. And he's thinking it's because maybe whoever owns the estate of Mr. Lewis or whatever went out and they're like, okay, take it down, you're showing it.
Yep.
And Roger was like, you know what? I don't want to fuck with this. He himself removed the video. And it just sucks that he instead of having to go through the whole copyright thing that you've done 100 times, he's just like, you know what, I don't even want to fuck with it, and took it down. And it sucks that your work is no longer being able to be seen. I'm glad I was able to see that video, because who knows, maybe, let's just say Roger got a new subscriber from this video here, they won't be able to see his Wizard of Gore review.
Roger, really quick, put that back up and appeal that, because just because you take it down, the strike doesn't go away. If you appeal it, just because you took the video down, the strike's not gone.
Oh, I have no idea.
Like when we did our Sia review, the strike, remember way back, the Shia LaBeouf was in the music video.
Oh, okay.
And we took that down out of naivete, and the strike is still there for like 6 months or something.
Oh, was it really?
I don't remember all this so long ago.
But
appeal that some bitch. And again, if you're doing a criticism of something, this falls under fair use law. Legally, you can do it. So they have no legal capacity, but who do you go? There's no one to talk to. So basically, and this is what we need to start discussing, YouTuberies, whatever you call us. We need to start consulting Congress people and getting the law involved, because they're breaking the law. You know, and then Philip DeFranco, I think, was pointing out the difference between a private company and the government when it comes to censorship. But it's like legally, they're saying this is copyrighted material. Legally speaking, we can, when you do commentary, it falls under fair use protections. They're breaking the law when they do this.
Like it's
highly illegal.
Me, him, and another friend of ours were having like a Google Hangout, and before we were going to discuss horror movies, but what we did, we discussed your situation and the whole Herschel Gordon Lewis, and like you said in your rant, like you said in your rant, and Roger discussed it too, it's free press.
Yeah,
people will now.
That's what I put. That's what I put in my appeals. I write film review, fair use, and then it says what's the effect for the company. I write free press, free money, and I said that in my review. I said I'm telling people that your film exists, and especially when it's a small. And I talked about I want to do the Ninth Gate.
Yeah.
I want to do 13th Floor. There's an array of esoteric films. Esoteric means information not a lot of people know. Array of esoteric films that people haven't heard of. And when we're like, oh, dude, go check out this film, or you got to see this film, it's so fucking horrible. Either way, people are now hearing about your film. And, if nobody's talking about your film, you're not making money. Good, bad, or otherwise, if people are talking about your film, now it's making money. We did Fart the movie. Who gives a shit about Fart the movie? But now we're talking about it. People will go see it.
It's like The Room. No one knew about this notoriously bad
The
film.
Room, the things from those Canadian guys, Fart the movie. I only heard about Fart the movie because it got a mention on Red Letter Media. Same with Things. Everybody started reviewing that.
Well, here's another thing.
But we've had Calm. Sorry to cut you off, but we've had Calm. We've had a bunch of people go, oh, and you got to watch this. And there's like the one. What's Indiana Jones's dad? What's that guy's name? Sean Connery. And he's like in a red banana hammock, and it's just Zarpan or something. And everybody's like, you got to review this film. And it's like, I would have otherwise never heard of these films. And now they're making one. Ed Wood's career is coming back strong because everybody's like, you got to go check out this horrible fucking movie.
That's just like with Roger's situation. I knew of Wizard of Gore because I'm a horror nut.
Yeah, I would have
But
never heard of it, but now that Roger did a review, now I know it exists. That's how you make money.
I'm gonna be
Figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 35 in a couple weeks.
Ah!
So, but
Old age. No.
Yeah, old age. See.
Don't do it.
Anyways, I know I wanted to get your reaction.
Next time you do that, and I'll go, wee. Every hair I started with. I'm gonna get punched.
83 subscribers.
Fuck you.
All right. Anyways.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
It started.
The generation under us, because we're roughly the same age, probably has no fucking clue what Wizard of Gore is.
Yeah.
If they happened upon Roger's channel, they'd be like, "This looks fucking cool."
Yeah.
Herschel Gordon Lewis is known as like the godfather of gore. He started gore films. Let's go check this out. But now, since Roger took it down because of copyright, this and that, people aren't gonna know unless they type in horror movies of the 60s.
Here's another phenomenon I've wanted to talk about for ages and it never came up, or I haven't. I forgot I did. It's getting so old. There's so much information built up in there. I'm forgetting shit. So anyway, when we were kids in the 80s and the 90s, you would go watch TV and you'd see reruns of Gilligan's Island, and you'd see reruns of Hogan's Heroes, and you'd see reruns of stuff. And then they would have those infomercials. I'm sure I talked about this before. And it would say Conway Twitty's greatest hits. So now I know who Conway Twitty is. I would have never heard of Conway Twitty. So you have some conception of what happened in the 50s, 60s, and 70s before we were born. Now with everything's internet, if it doesn't come up on the sidebar on YouTube or something, or it doesn't come up and go viral, you have no fucking clue what happened 6 weeks ago. So if you're 10 years old, you have no idea that the 80s were even there. So once again, we would hear about Johnny Cash's greatest hits, Conway Twitty, the best of Led Zeppelin. Be like, oh, these things happened. The kids have no clue.
Right.
How are they going to learn in the YouTube universe that what you were just talking about happened? Because old people like us are going to tell you about it in our movie review shows. So once again, it's the only way that young generation, the whole massive demographic of people, is going to know that shit from the 80s even happened. Because we're going to tell them.
And that's what's great about it.
You make so much money that way.
I brought up,
but you're too fucking stupid.
Right.
Like you duck.
I brought up Roger. He did this 31 things before. He's doing a lot of obscure stuff that I had never heard of. So I have a running list.
Have you been on his show? He's like, and today I'm going to review Flippity Floppity Flu. And I'm like, which?
Right. But what is cool is, I'm a horror nut, and he did the 31 Days of Horror. It's a lot of it is stuff I never heard of.
Yeah.
Be 60s, 70s, 80s, current. I have a list going on my.
Pull up our subscribers and then keep talking because I want to mention something.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, I have an ongoing list of what Roger's reviewed, and you're fucking stupid.
So I was just trying to straighten this out.
And what it is.
Oh, by the way, every time I eat something, it's everywhere. Go on.
I have an ongoing list of everything Roger's reviewed, so now it's free press. Now I know about the 50-foot woman, which I already knew about, but it's an example. Yeah. I was a teenage werewolf. All these B movies.
That's something that we would have seen on TNT, movies for guys who like movies, or all those, Up All. If you remember this, Up Late with Gilbert Gottfried, Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried. You have those B movies. That's gone now. Yeah. Stuff we grew up on. So now it's up to us to pass that information on to the next generation. I can't pull up my
subscribers on my phone. It just has who
No, it's talking about mine.
Oh, yours. Okay.
Yeah, I want to do some shout outs.
Okay.
We keep doing this. We're like, and then the one guy, Joe. So
here's another thing we can talk about. Yeah. How you had disappeared. You were taken down.
Oh yeah.
And then you did your epic rant. You were taken down, and then I would search Whitey the White Guy. Like Roger did a shout out for my channel, and then he did a shout out for this channel. I would click on the link for Whitey the White Guy. Said this account has been terminated by copyright.
Yeah.
I would search it on my phone. I can't find it.
That's a good. I didn't know. Not to cut you off again. I'm sorry. I keep doing, but I didn't know, was it suspended or terminated? I was getting told two different things. I wasn't clear. How long is that going to go for, or what? You have no information. And then I sent somebody a thing. There's no communication about what's happening. So I knew that on one of the appeals it said this will, within
And
10
now
business days or by
I
October
just
17th.
searched you and you pop right up. So
Yeah, and that
go
wasn't going
fucking
on this
figure.
morning. So it's very strange.
Yeah, this doesn't say it's okay. Playlist. Okay.
What about my
Channels.
subscribers?
No. Well, it says you got 67. It doesn't.
Click on it. You should be able to see the list. Fuck.
Maybe it's because it's on my phone.
Okay.
But I know there's Jay Wilkins, there's Roger, there's
Yeah,
Gollum.
and we want to send a shout out to Jay Wilkins, Joker. There's another guy who did the Critters review. He chimed in on the Critters review. He did one. What's the other guy? Watching his stuff.
And that's what's great about helping our channels grow.
Yeah.
Is we did our Critters review, which I think was one of our most fun review because it was. I like when we do our reviews where I love something, you hate it, and it goes or vice versa. Because
Killer
people
clowns,
say we have good
baby. Killer clowns.
people say we have good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
people said it.
Yeah, they actually have.
Nobody tells me shit.
That's because you don't talk to people. Well, hence why I'm not gonna bring it up.
Well, I have to do all the work on this show.
I provide the
edit
house.
everything.
You don't have to edit.
Yeah. And that's another point too. I was about for the Jay. I wish I had his name. Jay Watkins. Do you know who he is? So Wilkins, somebody who's a great kid. I like him. Good people.
Very nice.
And I was gonna do a tutorial for him right before we got terminated. Or suspended, whatever it was that happened. I'm just gonna keep pulling on this and pulling on this. Where's it coming from? They can't see it. But
it was terminated. It did say
it said terminated, but now we're here.
Did you appeal it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
No, I appealed the Star Wars thing that had a copyright strike.
Maybe it's because
that went through. Another Star Wars thing is back up, so a third strike on it. If I get another one, we'll go back and change it.
Is it the?
But that's why I don't want to. I'm not in a hurry to go do that tutorial and stuff because I'm like, okay, is this shit about to happen again?
Maybe because the third strike was taken away, you're back up.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. The third strike. So I was
stupid.
I don't know.
Oh, I just swore. But didn't you just say you can't say? You can't swear so much now?
So the copyright thing is one thing because you can appeal all this, and again, it's legally within our use. But now they have YouTube Warriors, and they have things where if it's not advertiser friendly. So if you curse too much, apparently, and they were saying like, I way back to the day I was at Amnesty International. I did a campaign to raise awareness about the genocide in Darfur before a lot of people knew about it. So if I did something like that now, it would get taken down, even though it's a positive thing, because it's too graphic, too gory, and too many cursors, whatever it is. And so it's like that's called censorship. And then the YouTube Warriors thing, people can now get to a certain status. They can go around and they can put in a complaint or a claim or something, and they can get a video taken down. It's like this is now Nazi Germany when your neighbors spy on you and rat you out to the SS or something. It's like what we used to be the United States, and now we're some kind of fascism, and it's disgusting.
That just makes no sense. Now, how? So are we? Let's just say we get reported again. Are we going to get reported because I say the F word 5 times, or is it because can I say the F word 4 times? Can I say it 10 times?
It's just like when you make a movie and it goes to the FCC and it goes to the MPAA, I think it's called, and it's like they have 12 person committee that sits down and decides what your rating is. And if you get an NC-17, it won't go into theaters, and you basically just you're screwed. There's no way to make money doing that. When maybe now things are getting where it can go on to all the different things, Netflix and all that stuff. But for decades, since the beginning of movies, that first weekend in the theater, that was it. If you didn't make big bucks that first weekend, so if you got an NC-17, how are you going to make your money back?
Right.
And so you got to go in and trim stuff out of the film. But they would just say it's too gory. Take some stuff out. It's like, what are the standards? They really aren't.
Here's an example.
It's normative. It's up to their opinion of those 12 people if they're not comfortable with it. And so stuff like if a girl had an orgasm or a guy ejaculated, you can't put that in there. because those 12 people felt uncomfortable with it. But it's like,
Here's an
there's
example.
no, it's up to, but then a popular film. So it's like if you had a horror film, it was, what was the one? Natural Born Killers
Mm-hmm.
got the NC-17,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like there was really, if you take that versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there really wasn't like quantitatively more or less violence.
Yeah, Ninja
And
Turtles was very violent.
any Vietnam War movie, Platoon, there wasn't more gore, but it was the feel of
The
it
subject
made
matter.
people uncomfortable. So because they were made uncomfortable, you have to change parts of your film. But there's no definitive. So the one thing was like you can only put one F-bomb in there,
For PG-13.
or it's an R.
Well, here's the thing.
But it's so matter of opinion for those 12 people, and now we're in the same realm where if somebody's uncomfortable and makes a complaint, that's it.
I always because now when you see
fascism.
Now when you see the ratings, like it'll say it's PG-13 for this
Really
reason.
quick, let me finish this. I'm so thought. Let me finish this thought.
Go ahead.
Fascism, corporatist fascism, is when an industry regulates trade or works with trade, businesses regulate it. So it's like, it's not that if we elected officials and they either they made the decisions like Congress, or if they made appointees like bureaucrats, that would be one thing. But these are people selected by the industry. So that's anti-democracy. It's not the people we elected in office making the call. It's the major studios making the call. And now it's the social media. Now YouTube and Facebook and the Zuckerberg kid, now business leaders are telling us what we can and can't say, and what we can and can't talk about, and the words we can and can't use. There's no other word for that but fascism. And that's what we've become. We are being censored, not by people we can elect and unelect. You can't unelect a Zuckerberg kid. You can unelect Hillary Clinton if you don't like her policies, but the Zuckerberg kid, he's not going anywhere. So now we become just a fascist state. And it's just like, okay, let's go get guns because it's time to tear the fucker down. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I don't remember.
I'm so sorry, dude. But I had to go on
It's
that
obviously
rant.
not important. No, it's obviously not that important. Welcome back to the Whitey the White Guy show.
Welcome back. There's
guess.
no way this is not getting taken down. So.
Yeah, question though. Are we still going to do movie reviews? Are we going to be back to doing the shit we're going to do?
We're about to get terminated. You hear what I just said? Here's
our 5 subscribers.
Well, we have 67 of the 5 that watch on
our 5 regular watchers.
Comment, and our 5 fans.
This knucklehead here, he's got it stuck in his Cro-Magnon brain that
I am so Neanderthal. Are you kidding me?
That no one will watch this channel, our movie reviews, if there isn't clips in it. He thinks it's boring. He thinks 2 fat bearded guys talking to you, no one likes to watch.
The J guy likes the editing.
That's fine.
The one guy.
Here's the thing, though.
The one guy.
Gollum, Roger, Joker, if you're not busy wiping butts at home with your twins.
You and your twins.
Will you still watch this channel of us reviewing a movie, hurting each other with preludes, if it's just us talking?
Is this going to be the Kenny Rogers jackass thing?
Yeah.
I'm Kenny Rogers, and I hit you in the stomach.
Exactly. Because here's
I love the part.
Kind of do. Because here's the thing. I swear we have enough people watching us, all 5 of you, thank you.
Yeah.
They will still watch us if it's just us talking.
But will
83 subscribers, no clips.
Yeah.
No strikes.
Yeah, but
regular watchers. We have good chemistry.
But people like you. I'm an antisocial hermit.
That's why we just talk about movies.
Yeah.
And we hurt each other. People like pain. The pain we put on each other with the preludes. We've gotten praise with the preludes. Okay. People like that stuff. They find it funny. It's tough to describe, like fart the movie. Okay, no one would understand what Fart the Movie is, but I guarantee you people would still watch.
Let me ask
Which
you.
is why I'm sending it out to our.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't interrupt, fucker. I just had to throw that in there. I don't care. It's the 5 people that are watching this right now, or whenever he uploads it, comment below. Tell Whitey he's an idiot. Tell him we can still keep this show going without clips. He probably still won't listen to you. He'll throw clips in. He'll get terminated for the 15th time. And we'll just have another welcome back video in 2 weeks. What were you going to say?
Your 87 subscribers.
83.
83?
Mhm.
Has that been something where they subscribe and they're just there, or do you ever have people like drop off? Because
I haven't had any drop. The last,
really, yeah,
let's just say the first drop off I had in about 6 months was when your channel was terminated.
yeah.
So you got to resubscribe to my channel
Oh,
to get me
do
to
I?
84.
I will get back up there.
But that's the thing.
Right.
I'm not losing subscribers. I'm getting random people talking to me on what I'm doing.
I guarantee you, we've had more subscribers. We've had a good 40 people come and go. And
Just my opinion.
That's like, is it because I'm a racist? Because that's not going to change.
No.
Just
wait till you'll find out if we keep this going and we keep doing the preludes. You think he's bad before?
Oh, I'm angry now.
Just wait till I tell you what you're gonna watch later.
It's kind of hard to gauge because for months it would be like 58, 53, 55, 62. What and just bounce back and forth. I would be gaining and losing, and now we were down to like 63. Now we're back up to 67, and it bounced.
But here's the thing: it's not
crazy.
It's also YouTube. They are kind of like I had a Star Wars review that was at like 57 views.
Which one?
The brand new one, the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But it was a non-spoiler review, and it was at like 55 views, and then the next day it dropped down to like 23.
Yeah.
That's because what it is YouTube with their algorithm or whatever. They're like, oh, this guy only watched it for 3 seconds and then clicked out. They take away that view.
Yeah.
What they're doing with subscribers, if it's not subscribers that are actively
shut down the channel.
Yeah, if it's like say I subscribe to you, but I don't watch any of your stuff for like 7 months, they'll get rid of that subscription.
And I don't know.
I think that's what you're losing subscribers over.
Because there's a guy named Sergeant Cox out there. That's not his real name. He has his real name on there. But I know him as Sergeant Cox of the Hard Cox Brigade. And it's a long story, I'll tell you sometime. Get it? Yeah.
Was that on purpose?
No. That's awesome. Pounds that shit. Don't leave me hanging. Get over here. Ah, you bastard. He's been around forever. I guarantee you he doesn't watch my show.
Mm-hmm.
So is it that, or is it because people are like, oh, that's funny, Fart the Movie, and then they're like, oh, he supports Trump. Unsubscribe.
It could be.
Yeah, more than
so that's why you also got to decide what you want to put on the channel.
We got to figure, but and then so the question then becomes, it's like, okay, we're coming up on 2 years. November 20 will be our 2-year anniversary.
We've come a long way since House of the Dead.
A long way, yeah. And it's like, do we want to just be us? Are we doing this? Because the only reason I'm sitting here right now is because I like hanging out with you and the fams, and then our 5 aforementioned regular people. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting at home playing that bowling game I got to review. It's a bowling game on Super Nintendo, and it has my life. But like that's it. So it's like if I go and now we're like Philip DeFranco, bless his heart, says some really cool stuff, but he's certainly not offensive. Really hard to find that guy offensive. But is that us? Or do we just do what we do and 67 subscribers be damned?
Hey, you know what? All I'm going to say is, as much as I've knocked it into your head, even Gollum are probably, I love you to death, Roger, but Roger has his own channel that he's taking. He's got his own channel that he takes care of. Gollum basically just watches YouTube. He doesn't have a channel. So I would say he's our biggest supporter. Gollum himself said, non-copyrighted material, he would watch us anyway.
Yeah. But he also watches us, which makes him weird.
The thing is though, I guarantee you Gollum would watch us without clips.
Because he probably way back when, I don't remember exactly when he picked up Gollum.
But the thing is though, he would
Same
still
thing with
support
Joker.
it. They would still watch our banter.
Yeah.
They would still watch 29 minutes and 49 seconds of
Yeah,
us bullshitting about this.
So I got no problem doing this. And then the other problem too is when we hit these copyright strikes and they do the 15-minute thing and you get 2 strikes if you get that third. I never knew what was going to happen. Is the channel completely gone or is it suspended to get back? Now we know.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know. So we would, when I went up to Wisconsin, I was unemployed for 2 months, 3 months, trying to find work up there. And so I had nothing else going on. But I would do like 6, 8, I'm gonna put out like 200 videos a month. I'm just gonna pump out, and it'd be like 2 copyright strikes. I'm like, I gotta stop. You know, because so it's like you can watch our analytics, and it's like because I'm putting out material, and I gotta stop and let a couple copyright strikes. So it's like, but now with YouTube heroes and people getting suspended just for curse words and stuff, it's like, is there a way around this?
What is it? You say you want to get your material out there.
So do we just do kittens from now on? Fuzzy little kittens?
Is it worth waiting 4 months for a strike to come down to make a video that'll get a strike anyway? Or
is this a squash?
It's a gourd.
It's gourds.
It's a gourd.
Welcome to Gord. Welcome to the Gord Show. Today we're going to talk about gourds for an hour and a half because we can't talk about anything else because we've become a fascist state.
I talk about movies on my channel. I have no clips on my channel. You don't like it when I keep bringing up my channel.
I don't mind it if you bring it up at all.
I have over 6,300 views on my channel.
Now I'm pissed. Is that a lot?
6,300 in less than 6,300 in less than a year. Not a single clip. People will watch.
If you talk about it, they will come.
Exactly.
How'd you spell come with an O or with a U? Oh.
We're not going to say that because there's probably a YouTube warrior out there.
They're going to get it taken down.
So all I'm going to say
is sperm.
All I'm going to say is they'll still watch. They'll still watch.
We'll just do that until we get some answers.
Okay.
So trial and error, and we'll do some chi-square analysis or linear regression or bivariate data, and we'll figure out what works best. Yeah, I know. One of us had to go to college.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. So we'll just do this shit.
Wasn't me. I got a house and you're living in the attic.
If this picks up speed, it's a hell of a lot less work than what I've been doing, which is editing
because
stuff.
Like you said in your rant, you could crank out the videos like that.
Yeah.
But you're worried about the copyright strike. You could still crank out your videos.
Yeah, so we'll just do this less order until and then one of these gets taken down because it's not advertising friendly. But you haven't had that happen to your show?
The only time I've had a video blocked was one of my commentaries, because what me and my wife like to do on my channel, we'll take old cartoons or
What's
shows.
What's it called really quick?
Hey Internet, Eric here. Hey Internet, Eric here.
It took you a minute.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's because you would always fuck it up and say the wrong term.
My bad.
You would always say, hey Internet, it's Eric. It's Hey Internet, Eric here. And one of our little playlists or things we like to do, I'll hold my iPad up to the computer, we'll watch an episode of He-Man that we haven't seen in God knows fucking 30 years, and we'll do our own commentary. We'll get a flag that says includes copyright material. I don't have to do anything if I allow the person flagging it to monetize. Whoop-de-fucking-do, I don't care, I'd rather have my shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time we reviewed an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? It was an old Nickelodeon type, like Alfred Hitchcock type show, Tales from the Crypt. And it was...
That now the kids know about because...
It was flagged, it was copyright stricken, and it said not available to view in the United States. So I did the whole thing you mentioned. I said free press.
Blocked in some countries.
Yeah,
Which ones? The only ones that watch it?
Yeah, I'm not monetizing. It's satire, blah, blah, blah. Within 2 days, it was unblocked. Other than that, and other than our commentaries, I have no clips, no footage of nothing. So people will still watch.
Yeah.
You 5 people out there, Gollum especially, convince this man that we could still make a channel somewhat watchable.
Is that going to be the thumbnail?
Yes.
It's like the beer thing.
Yeah. But I always say it's your channel, it's your
Yeah.
choice. I respect and support you, whatever you want to do. But you can get the stuff out there. We have a fried green tomatoes review with no clips. People somewhat watched it.
Do we?
Yeah. See, you already forgot about it. Remember?
I'm aware of the fried green tomatoes. Got
35 views and not a single piece of copywritten material in it.
Yeah, our definitions of success are dramatically different. We need to have 500,000 subscribers, not 5.
Sad Batman can do
Yeah,
what he wants.
sad
I've said my piece. You do what you want, sir.
We'll just do this for a while and see what happens. But I do want to do. Should we?
I am glad the channel's back though.
Should
after,
we
what, 2
either
weeks?
hit the stop button and talk about other things, or just talk about things for an hour and a half?
Um,
Let's try the hour and a half.
Oh God, then no one will watch it.
Really?
I think we got to have a time frame.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna cut it off at 35:45.
Sounds good.
We'll say thank you for watching. Thank you for
Yeah.
thank you for subscribing. Thank you for putting up with this guy.
Yes.
Thank you for the 2 people that were sorry that we were gone for 2 weeks, Gollum and Roger.
I noticed exactly too.
Um,
And Joker, I miss you, buddy. My buddy, I miss Joker. Have you ever met? You never met Joker. You and Joker got to meet sometime.
Okay.
We got to have a Whitey gathering. We'll go to Prague, where Gollum lives, or Czechoslovakia.
Czech Republic. I know that.
Czech Republic. I think I have some ancestry from there. My family's fucked a lot of people.
So and on that note,
yeah.
it's been a long time
Thanks for
since
watching the
it's been-
Whitey's Wine Cut and Good Journey.
Good journey. Forever since we did that.
Gollum, tell us how to say that in the chat. Thanks, buddy.